Hello, welcome to episode 3 of Vorb TV. This time around we've got some pot plants, a banner behind me, but most importantly we have our Nat Coal Grab Toby on a 2-camera setup so we can do extreme close-ups! Anyway, this episode, first up we're going to be talking with Brett Frew and Matt Skoll from Team Wide Open. Then we'll be heading to the Queen Charlotte Trail for some epic single track action. Then we'll be talking to Jono about what he thinks of the new Corsair Maelstrom. Then we'll be off down to Dunedin to check out the revamped downhill track on Signal Hill. And finally, we'll have Crash of the Week. This time it's from Hawke's Bay. Anyway, enough of me, let's get riding. Here we are outside the infamous Zippies with Mr. Brett Frew. So, what have you been up to for the last year or so?
I've just arrived back from riding trip and sightseeing to Canada. Went riding with Kelly and all the Wide Open lads from here, and then just returned to New Zealand for another summer of riding.
What's the big plan over summer?
Build up the farm where my folks let us build jumps and have a big competition there, as well as get used to my new bikes. I got a Corsair Koenig, it's a 4-inch slope style bike. I've got a Adam Lab Trail King, so yeah, they're both awesome and can't wait.
How did the crown go yesterday?
Yeah, it was awesome, eh? Yeah, it was real good. It was nice, hits those corners bloody good.
Awesome. And that's going to be your new bike for the season?
Yep.
So, what's your main target?
Well, race over nationals and pro and try get some podiums and yeah, see if I can pull some results out.
Hit the wheels?
Yep, definitely, yep.
If you had to pick one track across the country, what would you pick? What's your favourite run?
Coronet's pretty cool, the track's there. Probably be that, I suppose.
The Queen Charlotte track is a 70-kilometre mountain bike ride in the Marlborough Sounds. Every year Vorb ride the QCT on the last weekend of November. The first climb out of Ship's Cove is quite steep, with only fit gurus riding the whole climb. A short downhill leads into Resolution Bay, gradually climbing to a lookout above the entry to Endeavour Inlet. The downhill to Furnell Lodge is long, rooty and very enjoyable. We stay at picturesque Furnell Lodge on Saturday night, with some people riding through to Panga Cove and getting a water taxi back. It is very important to eat far too much food on a ride like this and imbibe tasty beverages. On Sunday morning, keen riders can start from Furnell Lodge, others may take the water taxi to Panga Cove. The climb out of Panga Cove starts off steeply and then flattens out to an easier gradient, undulating along the ridge for quite a distance to the Bay of Many Coves shelter. This is a long slog from the shelter to the top of the Toria Saddle downhill, but there's lots of views and short downhills to keep you smiling. The downhill into Toria Saddle through the beech forest is divine, but the climb out the other side is long hot work in the heat of the day. Descending into Te Mahia Saddle is a welcome relief from climbing in the sun. Onto the final leg of the ride with minimal climbing and a beech forest descent to die for, if you have enough energy to pedal. The track ends in Anakiwa, complete with an ice cream stand and water taxi pickup. November 2009 will see the 10th anniversary Vorb ride on the QCT, and you're invited.
Okay, so this is the Maelstrom from Corsair. It's got 7 inches of travel. It's a 3.5 inch stroke shock, and it uses a 2-to-1 ratio, so it's pretty plush. It's got a idler in this seat stay here, which maintains the chain tension so you don't get pedal kickback when you're out pedaling. It's a pretty nice bike. Got a Roco World Cup. It's really solid. As you've probably seen, we've been throwing ourselves off some stuff down here, down Little Red Riding Hook, and it's been pretty nice, especially given that I only jumped on it 15 minutes ago. Up front we've got the new 09 66s. Not much changed from last year, except they've fixed some of the problems that they had during 08. And the major one is the little quick release down at the bottom it's got a little ratchet in it now, so it's easier to do up the quick release. Corsair bikes, there's not very many of them out there at the moment, but Wide Open's going to be having them in stock pretty soon, so definitely one to look for.
Downhill racing is back in Dunedin, with 60 riders throwing themselves down the revamped Signal Hill track in early November. The Signal Hill track will be the venue for the first round of the 2009 South Island Downhill Cup, and has received a whole lot of attention this year from top-class trail builder Henry Devereaux and his digger. Hayden McGregor from Tauranga scored the fastest time at 2 minutes 53, 6 seconds in front of second place Eddie Masters. Top woman local downhill diva Cheryl McLeod posted 3 minutes 25, 15th overall.